The following podcast contains alcohol-enhanced conversations about alcohol, as well as the potential for the discussion about topics of dubious, disturbing, possibly offensive, but usually hilarious interest. The opinions stated herein are solely of the persons making them, and any endorsement of these opinions by any other party is not implied. Foul language is likely, but intolerant viewpoints are not. Listener intoxication is advised. Hello and welcome to episode 39 of the Whiskey Tangent Podcast. I'm Scott.
I'm Ed.
And after 4 full months of riding down miles and miles of nothing but the whiskey highway, tonight we're going to be veering slightly off course. Now, very early on, Ed and I stated that despite whiskey literally being in our name, we felt pretty much like any barrel-aged product would be officially in our wheelhouse. And of course, we've already explored several barrel-aged beers, barrel-aged wines, and even a little bit of cognac. But today, we're going for something a little stronger. 3 different categories of high-proof spirits, all aged in charred barrels. And joining us tonight on this non-whiskey detour are our good friends, frequent guests, jacket recipients, and paired tonight, incredibly, for the very first time, Shavonne the Mayor.
Hi!
And Master Mixologist Anders.
Hey there.
I prepared a non-whiskey Quiskey just to spice things up, and Ed's going to take the wheel, violently swerve across 3 lanes of traffic to make the exit, and let us know which 3 barrel-aged spirits we'll be visiting tonight.
Yes, Scott, thanks. So, first of all, we're going to be doing a rum.
Yes.
It's a barrel pick from our friends over at Banache Liquors.
Hey,
Billy.
Rum JM, single barrel rum, Réserve Spéciale.
Yes.
Spelled R-H-U-M, JM.
Rhum is very French. Oui.
It's like a 94.6 proof. I'm impressed.
Yep.
From our friends at Corsair, we're going to be visiting their barreled pot-stilled American gin, coming in around 90 proof.
Very exciting.
And a very exclusive, special barrel-aged tequila that Anders brought today, Espanita Tequila.
Espanita tequila.
As of today, not even available in New Jersey.
That's right.
Be available tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Meaning May
Mañana.
3rd?
Yeah. So we're really excited about this. I picked the rum up just because I always favor stuff that Rich and Billy do over at Banache, and it looked amazing. And I was saying to myself, we knew we were going to do this episode one day, and I must have had this for like 5 months.
Yeah.
We've had the gin for almost 10 months.
Last August, I think
Yeah.
they sent us. So they sent us the dark rye, this triple smoke, and the gin. And then I just got the gin because they were offering pretty much anything that we wanted, which was amazing. And I said I didn't want to be greedy. I said we'll definitely do the whiskeys. And then I thought the barrel aged gin was really interesting.
Right.
We should have asked for the entire bar collection they have on their website.
I should have.
No, we should be like, just 5 dark ryes.
Right, as it turned out, we didn't know at the time, but yeah.
And then the tequila, it's a complete X factor, the Espanita. I'm not at all an expert on my tequila palate, so it's going to be a really interesting journey for all of us. So
yeah,
we're going to start with the rum first, and I'm going to turn it over to Scott, our hostess with the mostest, and take us through the process.
Well, you're saying he's hostess.
I'm
The host with the most.
There you go.
okay. There you go. Yeah, so I have a
Little
one.
bitch.
I have.
Why you got to be a bitch, though?
Right?
Ask him.
So I have a 1-paragraph description of the rum and the gin.
Yeah.
Not the tequila, which I will have to defer to Anders to tell us all about, which I'm sure he will. So the rum. Rhum JM Single Barrel Reserve Spéciale. Located in the small northern village of Macuba, Martinique. At the base of iconic volcano Mount Pelée, Rum JM, a distilling company founded in 1845, at an even older sugarcane estate and refinery, produces the finest Rhum agricole, which is simply rum made from the juice of pressed sugarcane. In fact, Rum JM claims to have been the first recorded distillery to produce rum agricole and boasts that there is no fresher sugarcane crush in the world because they can move from the field to fermentation tank in less than an hour.
Wow.
They produce 9 different rums, running the gamut from light, unaged spirits to dark, barrel-aged ones, with 10 and 15-year cask expressions in the mix. It is a 94.6 proof, as Ed said in the intro. It is aged 3 years and 11 months in new charred American oak.
So it's got a very deep amber color. Could easily be a bourbon or a rye.
Yeah, you look at it in the glass, it looks like a bourbon.
really
It does.
does.
It's colorings from the barrel.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It really smells like a parfum, like almost like a Yves Saint Laurent type parfum.
Oh, you're getting like actual perfume
yeah,
smells on it.
I am.
It is perfumey.
It's not an overly sweet rum like some of the cheaper rums
Yeah,
smell.
not on the scent. No.
Yeah, it definitely has a muted sweetness to it. I get a vanilla, a very strong vanilla.
Yeah, I smell that too.
But like almost like a burnt vanilla.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really nice smell. I opened the bottle earlier and I was like, ooh, this smells really nice. But I couldn't really grasp individual things. Anders is here. We're trying to take his advice and really try to smell. Just don't go, oh, it's sweet. Try to smell what kind of sweetness it is.
It's so perfumey. I almost want to dab it behind my ears and my wrists.
Go ahead. No one's
Smelling
stopping
like
you.
rum all the time is not the worst way to smell.
That's
all
not the
time.
worst.
Perfumey is bad unless I'm being stopped by the cops. Now, if I smell like rum perfume, then
Right.
Oh, you should try it. I've done it many a times.
okay.
Especially when I was working in Philadelphia, driving up on 295 at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Smelled like rum. People were just like, license, registration, proof of insurance. And I was just like, cool. Just so you know, I just finished up a 13-hour bar shift. And
Just
then
so
they
you
were
know.
like,
Right.
oh, it's late. Sorry.
And my favorite, I was coming one time from a St. Patty's Day celebration at fundraiser for the Police Athletic League. And I'm coming up 70 from Brick. And cop came on us from nowhere. I wasn't driving. Pulled us over. Cop comes up on my side. He's looking at my ex-wife's credentials. And I'm like, hey, we just came from a PLO fundraiser in Brick, Police Athletic League. And he looks up. I'm aware of what PLO is. Real snarky. Like, you asshole. Of course I know what PLO is, right? I'm a cop. So
Is Shavonne the cop?
Yeah. I actually know what it means.
I know what it means, Ed.
You don't need to mansplain it.
Go ahead, Anders.
I've actually been to the PL League. It was nice. Very spacious. They had nice sandwiches there that day.
They got some nice sandwiches. Very tasty.
A couple of basketball hoops. It was
Sandwich.
nice. It was cool. This rum is lovely.
Lovely.
Yeah,
so
so-
on the nose, what are we getting?
I almost get like a little bit of a scotch smell, just for a second.
Oh, that's interesting.
I can see that.
Like a woody smell is what I'm saying from that.
Yeah.
Definitely sugar, like the sugar cane vanilla type smell. I'm not really being as specific as Anders wants me to be. So I'm gonna do better.
No, I don't want you to be some type of specific. Just
Be your
think
specific,
about
bro.
it.
Bro.
Let's taste it.
Yeah, let's taste it.
Yeah. Like,
Yes.
Ooh. Really complex for
Wow.
rum. Peppery finish. for
Pepper, a
rum.
lot of pepper. What is
Yeah.
That's different than I thought it was going to be.
Same.
Yeah, because it was so mild on the nose.
Yeah.
I was not expecting
It was
that
mild
at
and very
all.
sweet on the nose. It didn't really belie like the palate. It was like
bro, you good?
Yeah,
I mean, I know we're doing a tequila later, but it's got a little bit of tequila flavor into it, like that acrid sort of
True.
like smoky spiciness at the very end of it, like right in the back of my throat.
how about this sulfur? Does anyone else see what I'm saying there?
Sulfur.
Like the way you smell a match when you kind of
Okay.
like you light it.
Yeah.
I'm getting like a green bell pepper kind of thing. Like I'm getting a good chunk of that.
I think we're all trying to describe the same thing. It's there's something different about this rum that I've never had in other rums, and I'm not a rum expert by any stretch. But the rums that I've had, this is surprising.
I'm getting like a leathery taste.
Okay,
This is really nice. It's
Like
a
for-
really quick
interesting.
finish.
it is a quick finish. It's lighter than its 94.6 proof.
Yeah.
Really light body.
Yeah.
This could totally get you into a wave of perception. Like a bad
Hello?
perception. Shut up! Like you thinking that it's not that heavy, but if you drink too much of it, it could
Right. This
totally
just sneak
put you
up
in,
on
yes,
you. Yeah.
absolutely. Thank you. That's what I was
Especially if you
saying.
mix this with some juice or something.
Oh yeah.
I was going to talk about how I think of all the spirits, rum sends a message of the islands, of partying, of the shore, of the summer. Like a lot of
Right.
people only drink rum during the hot seasons,
Yeah.
For me, I had a really bad rum experience. My first time I got overly drunk and threw up was on Bacardi.
Oh wow. Thank you.
yeah.
Oh, so you know
Yeah.
what? So was mine.
Yeah, Bacardi
It
and
was actually
Coke.
Bacardi Lemon.
Yeah. No.
Victoria and I were
No
playing
wonder.
Mario Kart, and she, She kept losing, so she had the bucket by her bed. I didn't. So.
Oh, Jesus.
So
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So I drank like 9 or 10, which is a lot for a 16-year-old, I have to say. And it was,
Even for one the size you were at 16.
It was my oldest friend,
He's a large person.
Mike. It was actually was 15. It was his senior week.
Wow.
So he was down the shore for senior week, and I came down one night, and
That's funny. That's almost an opposite story that I have. My friend Ian, who you know, I don't know if you guys know him, but he's the indirect reason that Ed and I even know each other. He was having a party at the shore for his high school graduation, and I went down. I'm 2 years older than him. I was like, who's this old guy?
Hi, hey girls.
Yeah. Hey girls, what's happening?
Hey, creepy 20-year-old here.
So,
Hello. What are you, a sophomore?
hello again. So, me and 2 other people, we were just up all night. We stayed up and went to the shore to watch the sunrise, which is
Cool.
because you're on the East Coast, you can do that. But it was Bacardi rum and Cokes all night.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't get sick.
Right.
Like I drank so much, but it was perfectly fine. The 3 of us just slept for like 12 hours. We woke up just in time for the next party to start at night.
Oh, perfect.
So, Shavonne, you like rums, right?
Yes, I do.
What is your experience with rum?
My experience with rum is usually it's a lot darker and it's a little bit heavier.
Okay.
Right? It has like this taste of just it's like a light feeling of heaviness. That's the only way I can really describe it because
Describes me, actually.
Ed as a ballerina.
Right.
A light feeling of heaviness.
And I say that because it's normally a lot darker than what this is. It's very close to a whiskey, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it is very light. However, it does still have that rum taste to it.
Yeah.
This would probably work magnificent in a mixed drink.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
only imagine the taste in a rum and coke or with a little bit of lime or lemon.
Dark and stormy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give you a little bit of a different hint of taste to
This
it.
is really cool. I'd like to play with this as like a split base, half rum, half whiskey, for example.
You could
to kind of-
probably get this and
Yeah.
put it in a creative drink, and it'll be the mayor too.
The mayor, too.
Electric Boogaloo.
That's nice. That's right.
So, Anders, of course, you, out of all of us, probably have drank the most rum.
I hope so.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Yeah, and-
As a bartender making cocktails.
Yeah. So I will say, when I go to like grab a rum, this isn't quite what I'm looking for. One of the beauties of rum is that it's very inexpensive to make, and it's usually often very expensive to pick up.
Yeah.
So I like something with a little bit more of an age statement and a little bit more full bodied.
Yeah.
This is really nice. It makes me like, it's kind of inspires me to like play more. Like I would love to make this in like a summertime drink where it's like very light bodied, using some of those bell pepper notes. It's really interesting, but I like something a little bit more full bodied, a little bit more like vanilla forward.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really cool pick, and it definitely opens up a different door than what I would be expecting.
Yeah, it is very light bodied.
The closest rum I've had to this one, though, just to jump in real quick, it's a Soggy Dollar Old Dark Rum from the British Virgin Islands.
Soggy Dollar
wow.
Bar.
Yeah, Soggy Dollar has their own dark rum.
$90, I love it.
I believe that soggy is a worse word than moist.
I am going to concur.
Okay.
Soggy is worse than
Soggy
moist.
is
Yes.
worse than moist. Both words objectively sound horrible
Yes,
as
they
is,
do,
like
yeah.
independent of actual meaning, the symbol behind the word. But also, contextually, soggy cake are fucking ruined. Moist
Right.
cake.
Moist cake is
Give me
delicious.
another.
Great.
Yeah.
Soggy
Right.
cake
Exactly.
means like, ew,
Yeah.
it's going to fall apart.
Yeah.
So, are you guys ready for the first round of Quiskey?
Absolutely. Let's do
Oh
it.
my God, yes.
Tonight, round 1 is only about rum.
All right.
So, this first round, for a first chime in correct answer, you will get 100 points. For a second chime in correct answer, if the first person gets it wrong, you will get 50 points. For a third chime in correct answer, if the first 2 chime in and get it wrong, you will get 25 points. But if you get it incorrect, you will lose 25 points.
Son of a bitch.
So, everyone ready to play?
Yeah.
All right. Question 1 in round 1. Rum can be made from different forms of sugar derived from sugarcane. In fact, there are actually 3 forms that can be used to create rum. Which of the following is not one of those 3 forms? Is it A, cane juice, B, cane syrup, C, cane sap, or D, molasses? Ed.
Cane sap.
Cane sap, C is correct.
Fuck you, Ed. Because that was going to be my answer, and it's not
Same.
fair that you have these monstrous hands that are going to outdo us, the rest of us.
It must be that quick Android I have.
Fuck your Android.
Wow.
bro.
All right, so Ed gets 100 points. Oh, no. This is going to be amazing. There's already shade floating around. Question number 2. Speaking of sugarcane, despite where it's typically grown today, it's not native to the Caribbean islands and was instead brought there by Christopher Columbus on his travels to the New World. It was originally grown in Southeast Asia and used primarily as food source for domesticated pigs. But the first extraction of sugar from sugarcane for human consumption was developed in which country? Is it A, India, B, Malaysia, C, Indonesia, or D, China? Ed.
China.
China is incorrect.
Bitch.
Shavonne.
A, India.
A, India is correct.
So, God, apparently my thumbs are slow as shit. I'm going to switch to my dominant hand, and y'all are going fucking down. But in India, they use jaggery, which is like a caramelized sugar. It's delicious. I used it in a drink for a minute.
Oh, nice. All right, so question number 3. Nobody knows exactly how the spirit we call rum got its name, but there are several possible origin stories. Which of the following is the most widely accepted? Is it A, the Dutch word rummer, which is an oversized drinking glass used by sailors? B, the Latin word saccharum, which means sugar. C, the Malay word brum, which is a sugar-based drink dating back to the 14th century. Or D, the English slang word rumpolion, which means a great tumult or uproar. Shavonne.
C.
C is incorrect. I'm so sorry.
Fuck you, Ed.
Ed. Ed chimed in second.
What is it in Latin?
You're going to Latin. Latin is B. That is also incorrect.
Oh, damn.
A.
A, the Dutch word rummer.
Yes.
That is also incorrect.
Oh, wow. And so now you're 25 in the hole.
Negative 25.
Yeah, that's true.
Eat a dick.
So,
And
wow.
what am I, negative 50 in the hole?
No. Only if you chime in third and get it wrong, do you get negative
Right.
points.
It's
So
one-
you're still at
It's
50.
150 minus 25. So
That is correct.
You know I was losing the next 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's still anyone's game. We have a lot to play. Question number 4. Captain Morgan, one of the most popular brands of rum in the world, is named after a real person, Henry Morgan, a mid-17th century Welsh privateer based out of Port Royal, Jamaica. Which of the following facts is not true about the accomplished and controversial real-life Captain Henry Morgan? Is it A, he became a British knight, B, he distilled his own rum, C, he owned slaves, D, he was once lieutenant governor of Jamaica? Ed.
He never distilled his own rum.
That is correct. He did not distill his own rum.
Who cares? Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that Captain
Fuck
Morgan
that guy.
owning slaves and shit.
That's
Yup.
right.
We should have bet a rim job
I don't
on this,
fuck with
Shavonne.
that.
Oh, well, a rim job I can deal with.
Yeah, we could have bet that. Let's take that up. Let's take this up a notch.
Well, you could do side bets
That'd be more of a rear bet, but
or
okay.
backside bets.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? All right, clearing the buzzers. Last question in round 1. Historically, the British Royal Navy would test the rum they gave to their men because if its alcohol content was too low, it could ruin the gunpowder if the two were ever to come in contact. The reason being that alcohol above a certain percentage when mixed with gunpowder still allows it to ignite, which was an early way to proof spirits and gave rise to the term Navy rum, which is still on bottles today. What percentage of alcohol is this ignition threshold? Is it A, 27%, B, 37%, C, 47%, or D, 57%? Dr. Funk.
57%.
57% is correct.
Fuck
and
you.
Anders is on the board.
Wonders. That was going to be my
Strong
answer.
rum they had there. I thought it would be weaker.
Navy strength, yeah.
So at the end of round 1, Ed has 200. Anders has 75, and Shavonne has 50.
Fuck you all.
And a bad attitude.
And a bad attitude.
Oh, that's because I've been drinking way too much so far.
You have
She
been.
needs food. Let's get her food.
All right, we're going to get her food.
Pizza
we're gonna
and fight.
We're going to take a break, have some pizza, clean our glasses, and we'll be right back.
Okay, buddy. Now on to the next barrel-aged spirit to taste is the barreled gin from our friends in Corsair.
Corsair, yay!
It's a pot-stilled American gin, proudly crafted in Nashville, containing juniper, orange peel, and other botanicals, coming in at a strong 92 proof. It's 100% neutral spirits, distilled from grain, barreled in charred American oak. As they say on the bottle, we have a simple model here at Corsair. If it's been done before, we don't want to do it.
So I have a short description. Barrel-aged gin has become increasingly popular, with Corsair leading the way. Distilling in small batches using a vapor basket system instead of the boiling and maceration methods common to other gins. This allows a truer flavor to come through because all of the botanicals, including lemon peel, orange peel, chamomile flower, juniper, coriander, cardamom, anise, cloves, cinnamon, licorice root, vanilla bean, and nutmeg, go through an extraction process rather than a cooking process. Then they rest the resultant spirit in their used spiced rum barrels to impart vanilla, fall spice notes, and wood to the finished product.
Wow.
Its age, I was able to find out, is only 6 months, like they do. Dark Rye was only 8 months, yeah.
It's got a Irish whiskey look to it. It's a light amber.
It's pretty light, yeah.
Very light, yes.
Yep. Almost has a greenish cast to it. Yeah. Like, especially in the bottle, not so much in the glass. I was noticing in the bottle, kind of has a greenish cast. Almost like maybe an absinthe.
Yeah.
Quality.
Oh, you're right over there?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Oh,
He's
right.
toasting himself.
All right.
I can definitely smell the citrus.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
the citrus is like, boom,
orange peel's
here I
prevalent.
am.
Right.
Yep.
I want to talk about gin, but I'm not sure if it's going to be on the Quiskey, so I'm like kind of reserved.
No, do whatever you want. That's
Go ahead.
Give
Go
us
ahead.
some hints.
There's a lot of different varietals of gin, similar to like rums or whiskeys, of course.
Rum.
So, so you have your dry or your London dry styles, which is going to have that typical like kind of juniper taste
Right.
forward.
Sure.
And your Navy strength gins as well, which are going to be similar to like the Navy strength rum that we
Right.
remember previously.
Yes.
Old Tom gin, which are going to be more herbaceous, especially Geneva.
Like difference between like Tanqueray and like Beefeater, right? They're
Yeah.
like the two basic on the market, right? Like,
Right, you're going to find that. So Beefeater is a London dry style,
Right.
so you're going
That's
to get a
what
lot
she
of that
said. That's what they call
juniper.
her.
Yeah,
She's dry.
Beefeater's just a good date to me, but go ahead.
That sounds like a good day, doesn't it?
Everybody wins, I guess.
Everybody wins.
Drain that Beefeater, madam.
Damn.
Anders, you did a whiskey tasting about, I want to say 2 years ago, and they had a gin as well that was very botanical.
Oh, what?
You with the big words.
It's my stripper name. First name Bo, last name Tentacles.
Botanicals.
Botanicals. Welcome.
I want to say like
Botanicals to the stage, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you remember which tasting it was offhand?
no, it was like American company, of course, like Revelations or something. It was a weird name.
Oh yeah,
We go from stripper to the
Revivalist.
Revivalist, right?
Yeah, they're out of Philly. So
And I thought that was the most botanically potent gin that I'd ever tried at
that
that point.
stuff's really cool. So it's in the family of like what you'd call new Western style gins.
Okay.
So gin essentially is the world's first flavored vodka.
Right.
You use techniques like either boiling or vapor baskets, like Scott mentioned, in order to infuse neutral grain spirits, vodka, with flavor.
Right.
So like a lot of the common ones are juniper, and then you're going to get like some other different herbs and citrus peels and things like that.
Does it have to have juniper to be gin? Is that the defining
Believe
spirit?
So
Yes, that's what I ran into. It's
Yes.
legally in the countries that it has a legal definition, juniper must be its dominant flavor.
Okay.
Yeah, like juniper has to be present. So new Western style lets the juniper take a back seat and then push forward like those citrus, like orange and lime and lemon peel
The
notes.
things that people like about their flavored vodkas.
And we've gotten a lot of expressions, and gins become a lot more popular and a lot more present. A lot of smaller distilleries are starting out with gins, and it's a really kind of fun expression. But let's get in the gin.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Very
here.
peppery on the nose.
I mean, compared to everything else that we've nosed today, including our whiskeys that we did earlier in the short, this is the most going on the nose that I've had today. Holy
That's
cow.
the cool thing. So
Yeah.
you're going to find usually 8 to 10, maybe even more flavors in the nose that they use and incorporate.
I'm getting orange peel.
I'm
getting the gin. I'm getting a burn. It's actually burning my nose.
Yes.
The alcohol's there.
Yes, it is.
Christmas
You know what I'm getting?
Eve. It smells like a pine tree.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm definitely getting the
does.
orange zest that you were saying earlier, Shavonne.
Yeah.
But like a Christmas tree.
I'm getting Fruit Loops.
Interesting.
I can actually smell that.
I see what you're getting from that. There's definitely a fruity sweetness to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't mean artificial is bad, but that
No,
artificial
right, yeah.
Fruit Loop sweetness is,
Yeah.
it's so powerful.
Like, I don't know what makes Fruit Loops, but I can smell it in this gin.
Red dye number 1.
Oh,
I definitely smell yellow 4. Yellow number 4 for
Yeah,
sure.
Blue Lake, definitely, number 6.
are we tasting?
Yeah, go
Sure,
ahead.
let's go.
I love the smell of this. This is incredible.
I'm tasting nothing but Fruit Loops.
Wow, it is
I love it.
good. Wow, it's
It is
really
very
good.
complicated as a gin. I will say, not like
I've
in a
never
bad
tasted
way,
any gin
but in
like
a
this.
very good way.
Yeah.
Like gin is usually like one flavor. This is like bursting with flavor.
That's how
It
gin
really
should
is.
Why
And
are you making that face?
No, I've never tasted anything like it. It's delicious.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I-
Then you make a face of happiness, not a face of confusion.
he's consternation.
Yeah, I'm ready to jump in when I can, so I'm just waiting.
Go ahead.
I just did it. It was delicious.
So the smell gives it away as a gin, but the taste, it doesn't taste like any gin that I've ever had in my
No.
life.
Dear Corsair,
I mean, of course, Sarah, what do you do down
can
there?
we have some more bottles?
You make some amazing stuff. Like, I want to try
tastes
everything
very
they have.
They're doing a good job.
I could totally sip this. What do you think, Anders?
Yeah, no, this is a great sipping gin.
Do you think people would drink this in the lounge?
Yeah, absolutely. Part of the fun of the lounge is getting people to drink gin who hate gin.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
It's
you
very
know.
polarizing.
Like Seagram's.
It is.
Most people think, like I thought in college, juniper, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're not getting anything else. You're just getting that pine scent that punches you in the nose.
Yes.
Right.
But this is not that.
And that's actually what I got from Seagram's. Now, this was my college years, and
Yeah.
you don't even want to know what I mixed it with. Also known as Mountain Dew and Pepsi.
Black
And
cherry
it was the
wishnecker.
first time I ever vomited from drinking too much.
Right.
And I had Vicky check on me for breathing throughout the
Everybody
night.
remembers their first.
Oh,
Yes.
always remember the first.
Yes,
But
yes.
I
can't
have
remember
known
the
that
first,
like
actually.
there's much better gins, and I would probably say this is top of the line for me as opposed to a Bombay.
Right.
Yeah.
Trainwreck in Mount Holly that we all know makes a really good gin.
Yeah.
I think.
Do they barrel age theirs?
They do a barrel aged
Okay.
gin as well.
Oh, they do both.
Yeah.
Cool.
Railcar gin, and then they also have a Railcar Reserve, which is their barrel aged gin. Both are divine. Both
Awesome.
are available.
So Corsair's own tasting notes on this. So on the nose, orange zest, pine sap, spruce forest, coriander and clove with vanilla, leather, and nutmeg. On the palate, this is a Christmassy gin. Initially reminiscent of spicy mince pies and mulled wine, then traditional juniper laced with clove, lavender, vanilla, leathery oak, and cracked black pepper. On the finish, clove and pepper spice with lingering golden raisins.
Yeah.
And you know what? Shout out to Corsair for giving us full bottles.
Yeah.
Corsair is the shit.
That's
Thank
right.
you
Refill
very
bottles,
much.
On those
Thank
like
you.
bitches at
Okay, now that I didn't say. I just said thank you.
I'll just
Thank you.
I'll just bleep out the and no one will know who we're
Right.
talking
Thank you.
about.
Thank
Right.
you.
You're so nice.
You're so nice. Thank you guys. Don't listen to Scott. Still love you too.
So,
Quiskey, right?
everyone ready for round 2 of Quiskey?
Oh, yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
These questions are all based on gin, which is what we're
Cool.
drinking right now. In this round, the first chime-in answer is 200 points, the second chime-in answer is 100 points, and the third chime-in answer is plus or minus 50 points. They are doubled from the first round. Question number 1. The primary flavors in traditional gin are, of course, derived from the juniper berry.
Yes.
However, the juniper berry is not actually a berry at all. Which of the following are juniper not berries most closely related to? Is it A, capers, B, lentils, C, pine cones, or D, peppercorns? Anders.
C, pine cones.
C, pine cones is correct. So Anders gets 200.
AKA known as Shavonne is so super fucked.
Well, you know, there's lots of more questions. Clearing the buzzers. Question number 2. Although juniper must be the primary botanical ingredient in gin, distillers are free then to add whatever other botanicals they wish. What is the second most popular botanical ingredient used in an estimated 9 out of every 10 gins around the world? Is it A, clove, B, cardamom, C, coriander, or D, cayenne? Ed.
Clove.
Clove is incorrect. Anders.
Cardamom.
Cardamom is incorrect.
Well,
I'm going to go with coriander.
Coriander C? That is correct. Oh my God.
ow.
So Shavonne gets 50. Question number 3. Gin, as we know it today, was developed in London in the late 1600s, reportedly inspired by a different alcoholic beverage known as Genever, a malted spirit that is essentially a light whiskey with juniper added in. Which country originally developed Genever? Was it A, France, B, the Netherlands, C, Denmark, or D, Wales? Anders.
B, the Netherlands.
B, the Netherlands is correct. Question number 4. The gin and tonic cocktail first gained popularity in British-ruled India when gin was added to tonic water to counteract the bitterness of the compound quinine, a potent treatment for not only malaria, but also each of the following disorders except 1. Is it A, lupus, B, arthritis, C, gout, or D, leg cramps? Ed.
Lupus.
Lupus is incorrect.
Fuck that, man.
Anders.
Leg cramps.
Leg cramps is incorrect.
I'm going to go with gout.
C, gout is correct.
The rich man's disease.
Yes, the rich man's disease. Yes, because they can eat meat
Yes.
Right.
as opposed to fish, the paupers.
All right. We are now at the last question of round 2. Question number 5. Beefeater, one of the most popular gin brands in the world, is the informal name of members of the Yeoman Warders, the elite royal bodyguards first employed by King Henry VII. Today, they are ceremonial guardians of Her Majesty's Royal Palace and this British landmark. Is it A, the Palace of Westminster, B, Westminster Abbey, C, the Tower Bridge, D, the Tower of London? Ed.
Tower of London.
Tower of London is correct.
Fuck you, Ed.
So, in this round, Anders has 400, Ed has 200, Shavonne has 100. Total for the first 2 rounds, Anders has 475, Ed is right on his tail with 400, and Shavonne has 150.
I hate you all.
I'd rather be on Siobhan's tail, if you know what I mean.
You can put your tongue in it.
Hi, Siobhan's dad.
Oh, God. Why do you have to say that?
Oh, yeah.
So, what did you guys think of the gin? Like,
I
This
actually
was
really
a
enjoyed
very
it.
different gin. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it a whole lot. This is
Yeah.
quite good.
So, everybody's had a gincident.
Oh, yeah.
Whether they snuck a bottle of gin from a family member before they were of age, or had a bad date or a martini, and they're like, I hate this shit. Everyone's had a gincident.
All right, so I will just go first because I've already talked about it on the podcast. It was in episode 21, and I will just drop it in right here. We were in college drinking beer, and we were playing quarters, and we ran out of beer. And the only liquor that we had left was gin.
Oh, God.
And so we started playing quarters with gin, drinking the same amount of gin that we would have drank beer. And
What?
I ended up puking yellow.
Oh.
Like bile, everything. Like I puked up so much that I puked all the food out, and I was just stomach acid, and it was a nightmare.
Uncle, no.
So so it kind of looked like Lambay Irish whiskey.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
That's exactly what happened to me because I mixed it with Pepsi and then I mixed it also with Mountain Dew.
Not juice, though.
No, because this was my first drink of hard liquor. So what I did was I took Seagram's gin from my grandmother's cabinet, and it had to be like 20 years old because everybody had stopped drinking at that point. So all her liquor was very old. And I said, you know what? I can't drink this straight, so I have to mix it with something. And the only thing that was available at the dorm was Pepsi or Mountain Dew. So I said, you know what? Let's get both. It was me and Vicky, of course.
of course,
And
When I'm going to meet this Vicky.
you met Vicky.
you met Vicky down in the.
Oh,
thing.
my God.
You don't
that's
remember meeting
Right.
Vicky?
Of course I do. No, I do now. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
We'll have Vicky on the podcast sometime. Why not?
You know what? She's not a drinker, though.
Well, fuck her then. Random belligerence. Fuck Shavonne's friend edition.
God damn.
But anywho,
Sorry,
At
Vicky.
least it didn't call her a bitch.
so like I was so paranoid about because I had, that was the first time I vomited from an alcoholic beverage. I was like, Vicky, because we were roommates. I was like, you got to make sure I'm breathing throughout the night. Like, and she was like, you're fine. Don't worry about it. But she did check on me throughout the night to
Well,
make
'cause
sure I was
she's
still
a nice
okay.
person.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. I don't know why Ed said fuck her earlier.
None of that was Ed.
But anywho,
not
so
I'm not taking it.
that was my gin experience. It
Your
was like
gincident, yeah.
my gincident. It
yeah.
was horrible.
Ed, do you have a gincident?
No, I've never had a problem with gin. I just didn't drink a lot of gin when I was young, I guess. I thought it was an old person drink.
No, I didn't
Well,
either.
I mean, you're kind of old now, so.
Well,
I
now
like,
it-
no, I buy it's funny. We're getting on the time when I buy my bottle of gin for the year to make like, gin and tonics in the summer and sit out, look at the water.
So what gin do you buy normally?
Beefeater.
Okay.
I like London dry gins. That's
So
what I
will
like.
you buy
Beefeaters.
Corsair now?
I will definitely look to change it up. Cool. I like the juniper taste. I like the traditional gin taste like my gin to taste like gin. I would keep Corsair around just to have another option to drink
Yeah.
something because this does not taste to me like a gin by
No,
itself.
it really doesn't.
It's a new flavor for me, and once again I take my hat off to Corsairs again.
I think
Yeah.
if people are looking for something a little different and they want to get into gins, but they're kind of scared of juniper, try this.
Because it's not quite the same as all the others. It tastes different.
Yeah, it really does. All right.
So now ready to move into tequila?
Yeah, let's
Why
move
don't you
to
pause 1
tequilas.
second so we can wash
So
glasses?
We will.
Tequila.
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 All right, so we're back for the last barrel-aged spirit that we're going to be highlighting tonight, which is some tequila. We were talking about how rum represents partying, and to me, gin represents the summer. For tequila, I mean, when I was a kid, tequila meant we're just getting fucked up for the night. Like when you start doing like the lick salt, do the shot, bite the lemon, you just know that it's going to get real by the end of the night. And it wasn't until, I guess I was down the casinos in Atlantic City, and the Gypsy Bar opened up in the Borgata, which was a tequila bar, and I looked at the menu. It's the first time I realized that there was barrel aged and even older and $100 tequilas. I was like, wow, like it's not just for shots, you know?
Right. It's not just this clear, terrible smelling liquid.
There's a whole other, world out there for tequila drinkers. And throw it over to Anders to talk about tequila in general and the one that he brought with him tonight.
Right. So, in terms of tequilas, there are main variations of typical tequila that you'll find your blancos or your silver or your white tequila,
Right.
which is unaged. You have your reposados and what you call an añejo.
Añejo.
So fun to say.
Añejo. Yes. Anything
Añejo.
beyond that is an extra añejo.
Extra añejo.
Correcto mundo,
Yeah.
Anders.
Tonight we'll be drinking something a little special that isn't available in New Jersey as of recording, but it will be this week. Espanita Añejo.
Espanita.
Which is an 18-month aged añejo. It's from Jalisco, Mexico, which is the highlands. So you're going to get like a really unique flavor. Comes in at 40 proof.
Was that normal for tequilas to be around 80?
Typically, you're going to find things a little bit lower proof, like closer to 40% alcohol. So 80
Right.
proof.
It's like a really light Suntory Toki.
Yeah.
It's got that, urine color
Yeah,
vibe.
the urine color. The initial nose is very whiskey forward, to be honest, with like the, agave finish. But there is an initial thing that I first think, well, this is a whiskey. And then boom, it drops off to be the tequila.
Yeah.
I find that with people will either typically gravitate towards gin or tequila, but rarely both.
Interesting.
And they're kind of like the weird, like botanical, vegetal spirits.
Yeah, there really isn't anything else like tequila. That flavor that's really hard to describe. Some say it's smoky and spicy and acrid and there's other adjectives, but it's not herbaceous. It's not really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like tequila.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the
exactly.
truth.
So-
Like you would use it to reference other things taste like tequila.
Yeah.
For some reason,
Yep.
and don't laugh at me,
Okay.
this reminds me of Christmas.
In the desert with snakes and cacti.
Desert
No.
Snake Christmas.
It reminds me of like the stuff you used to spray on a Christmas tree to make it look white.
Oh, the flocking.
Yeah.
Oh, so really that's just chemicals.
And that could be why it reminds me of that.
I'd give you a good flocking, I'll tell you that much right now.
Oh, wow.
My
on my chest or my
goodness.
face?
Hi, Shavonne's dad.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow. So on the nose.
On the nose. Apple.
Oh, apple. Yeah, yeah. A little bit of
I
apple
can
there.
accept that. Yeah.
Some kind of metal or stone. Fucking possible, right?
There is a bit of like metallic copper.
Maybe pear. Maybe pear.
Okay. Okay. Anders, what do you smell in it?
So I really get a distinct apple pie.
Okay.
Off of the nose.
Oh, it's a shame I don't have any apple pie.
Cinnamon, apple, vanilla.
Yeah, so
Yes.
she got the apple
Partly
right
from
away.
the vanilla, and then also just kind of like the natural like sweetness from the agave.
There is definitely some sweetness there.
Absolutely.
Maybe like a little bit more like nutmeg as well.
I love how we can hear all of us breathing.
I
into
know,
the
but
glass.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around what it smells like. Because I can smell a little bit of what Anders are saying, the apple pie sort of sense. But there's the thing that makes it tequila is almost indescribable.
It's agave.
It doesn't,
agave.
yeah, it's agave.
It's
It
the
doesn't-
agave.
Like Ed said earlier, it
It tastes
smells
like tequila.
Yeah,
it's tequila.
yeah,
Yeah.
Other things taste like it.
yeah.
All right, let's taste it. Okay, first of all, very smooth.
Tequila.
Very smooth.
It is. It's very light.
Not sweet on the initial taste, but not tequila on the initial taste. It has its own little flavor. And then at the end, it finishes like a smooth, well-aged Añejo tequila.
Yeah.
I get a wine because I feel like it ends as quickly as I taste it.
It's only 80 proof.
Yeah.
So it's pretty light.
It is very light,
As we
yes.
remarked earlier, it's very light in color. It's quite nice.
Yeah,
It's quite
it
nice.
is. That is a sipping tequila.
Yeah.
Now, I think that tequila would be great in something that's mixed.
Yeah. What kind of
Wow.
cocktails would you use this in?
So, Espanita's website, they say it is excellent in tequila old fashions, tequila Manhattans, tequila sours, and tequila sidecars.
Interesting.
So you make a tequila Manhattan the same way you make a whiskey Manhattan.
Yeah,
Just swap out
essentially,
the
just
tequila?
substitute. One thing I'll particularly do if I make a tequila old fashioned is I'll put in a little bit of mezcal as well in order to kind of create like a smoky element and create a little bit more body and balance. And you're going to get that smoky sweetness from mezcal. You can do so much, especially with barrel aged spirits, by just swapping out your base spirit. So I've had some fabulous rum Manhattans. Those are fantastic. And tequila old fashions I've always done.
I mean, I'll make one sometime, but I just can't see it. I'll be honest with you. I can't picture it right now.
I'll make you one.
All right.
I'm getting definitely apple and pepper now.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I feel like the pepper is there.
Some of the tasting notes that they
Yeah.
describe: aroma, succulent, wafting bouquet of whiffs of aromatic honey. There's way too many descriptors before they actually get to a thing that you're smelling. Aromatic honey oak that gives way to a rich, nuanced, roasted agave. Aroma
course.
with traces of citrus tree wood, almond nougat, and caraway. Flavor: luscious and velvety entries, slight, chewy, fruity, sweet, medium to full-bodied, thick honey, and fresh grass, vanilla, toasted marshmallow, sassafras,
Oh,
apple,
Oh.
smooth and long finish with rich flavors of honey, black tea, coconut flesh,
Really?
Wow.
banana, candy corn,
Jesus.
with
Okay. Now they're
apple
just making shit up.
and peppermint.
Was that the whiskey jug?
accents.
No, that's
That's from
Espanita.
EspanitaTequila.com.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot of
I think they
stuff.
subcontracted the whiskey jug for that.
I mean,
Hershey Kisses, hot tamales.
Yeah. Yeah,
you
street
know.
corn.
Yeah, it tastes
with
like
pepperoni on
tahine and
cherry vanilla Coke Zero.
day after pulled pork sandwich.
I love how descriptive they get, though. It's
Yes, they
it's
do.
A veritable treasure trove of flavors.
What they're trying to do is describe what agave tastes like.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that we're all struggling with, that everybody struggles with, and that's black tea. I mean, I guess I could taste that
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
a little
and-
tannic, not like overly so. It's light bodied, but there's a
That
good amount of
pepper.
staying power from those tannins.
very
Too much.
peppery. Very
Yes.
peppery. Yep.
Yep.
It's a little much.
It's burning my throat. It's still in my throat right now. Like I
Yeah.
can feel it in the back of my throat. The pepper. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn.
So
But I think that's, tequilas, right?
Yeah,
So,
true. That
I
is
guess-
tequila.
to sum up this episode,
No, you can't because we still have round 3 of Quiskey.
Fuck me sideways with the sandpaper.
Fuck you 6 ways from Sunday.
Everyone seems to be very tired and very drunk, and yet you still have to play. So all these questions, only 3, are about tequila. Points are tripled. A first chime-in answer is 300 points.
wow.
A second chime-in answer is 150. A third chime-in answer, correct/incorrect, is plus or minus 75. So, first question in round 3. First distilled in the Mexican state of Jalisco. In the early 1600s, tequila is a type of mezcal, which is a liquor made from the mashed hearts or piñas of the agave plant, which yields strong, smoky, and spicy flavors. And although tequila must legally be made exclusively from the blue agave plant, there are 15 other varieties. Which of the following is not a real agave variety?
Oh my God. So obscure.
A, the hedgehog agave. B, the octopus agave, C, the armadillo agave, or D, the whale tongue agave. Anders.
A hedgehog.
A, hedgehog is incorrect. Ed?
The whale tongue.
Whale tongue, that is also incorrect.
Oh, for fuck.
I'm going to go with armadillo.
Correct!
Wow. Whale tongue, my college nickname. Go ahead.
Oh, hello.
It's a tongue that makes you wail. Thank you.
Question number 2. Contrary to popular opinion, tequilas cannot contain worms. Adding worms, and sometimes scorpions, is merely a marketing gimmick used by cheap brands of mezcal. However, the worm often used isn't actually a worm. Instead, it's the larval stage of an indigenous insect that infests the agave plant. What type of insect is it? A, a moth, B, a beetle, C, a butterfly, or D, a wasp. Shavonne.
I'm going to go with A.
A, moth. That is correct.
Wow. What a crock of shit. Good for you.
And Shavonne is vaulted into contention. All right. The last question in round 3, and then we will have a final question in which, Jeopardy style, you bet your points. Okay, everyone ready?
Yep.
It's very tense. This is the closest quizzing we've ever had. I'm so excited.
All right.
I'm engorged and tingling.
Oh,
Both.
wow.
Both things.
Can't wait to see this.
Question number 3 in round 3. There are 5 official classifications of tequila: silver, gold, reposado, añejo, and extra añejo. The last 3 of which are aged. Of those 3, what are the minimum amounts of aging time for each? Is it A, 1 month, 6 months, and a year? B, 2 months, 1 year, and 3 years? C, 3 months, 2 years, and 4 years? Or D, 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years? Anders.
2 months, 1 year, 3 years.
That is correct.
Nice. Well done.
That is the correct answer. Anders gets 300. All right. So in round 3, Shavonne has 375, Anders has 300, and Ed has 0. The final tally of the first 3 rounds going into the final round is Anders 775, Shavonne 525, and Ed 400. It is anyone's game.
Wow.
So you have to text me the points that you're betting in the final round. Anders has submitted his points. Ed has submitted his points. Shavonne has submitted her points. So, here we go. Final round. Non-whiskey Quiskey. The question is... List the 3 spirit categories that we've been drinking and talking about tonight in the order of their U.S. sales by volume from lowest to highest. Anders is in. Shavonne is in.
You talking about money or amount?
By volume, amount.
Lowest to highest.
Lowest to highest. All right. We have 3 different answers.
Wow. Amazing.
All right. We'll go with Ed first since he has the lowest point value. Ed has 400 points. He bet all 400 points. He picked tequila, gin, and rum. I'm sorry. That is incorrect.
God damn it.
That leaves Ed with 0. Shavonne. Shavonne has 525. She bet 175. And she said gin, rum, tequila.
Fuck you, Scott. Your notes are wrong, sir.
They are not. So Shavonne is left with 350 points.
Oh.
Anders bet the whole nut.
Oh.
Wow.
That nut.
Anders bet 775, which
Wow.
means If he gets it wrong, Shavonne is the winner.
Correct.
So, Anders said, in lowest to highest order, gin, tequila, rum. That is the correct answer.
Nice.
Congratulations.
And it's actually vindicated.
He's a fucking bartender, bro.
I mean, it would be embarrassing for him not to get that. And
Right, exactly. I mean, you're
so
in
I'm
the
glad he got it.
industry.
Right.
What educates me, I figured a lot of old guys would be sitting around drinking gin, and I knew rum was number one. I thought tequila might be below gin, and I
so-
wonder where it was 10 years ago. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, so these are the 2019 numbers, the most recent numbers that they have that I could find on the internet.
That's fine. Yeah,
so
that's
gin has 89 million liters.
Wow.
In your face prohibition. Good.
Yeah, tequila has 178 million,
Not even close to those.
million liters, and rum has 214.
Yeah, see, I thought
Million
tequila would be more
liters.
popular because it's more of a party kind of drink.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
for shots or whatever.
But
you know.
rum is less expensive than tequila as well, so
Yeah.
it moves a lot easier.
Okay.
And for comparison, vodka and whiskey, which are the top two spirits, vodka is 667 million liters, and whiskey is 657 million liters. So
Yeah.
they're pretty neck and neck at the
Yeah.
top of the heap. The rum being about 3 times less.
okay.
Yeah. So
Well, hey, congratulations.
that's it.
Anders.
So
All right.
I think we got
I
some.
redeemed myself from the triple Quiskey.
Yeah, that's good. That's a nice win for you. Good job.
With, Gabe.
Good job.
Yeah, that's right.
And probably the biggest points you've ever had, I bet you.
Yes, the final score was Anders had 1550.
Right.
Yeah. And Shavonne had 350, and Ed, sorry,
I got a rock.
had 0. But you were all really close going into the final, and that's never happened before.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, it's good to know that had I got it right, I still would have got it wrong. I still would have lost. So,
Well, that's true because, he had more
yeah,
points.
yeah,
so,
less
yeah.
points.
so each of these has a different connotation to everyone. We've learned that tequila is more popular than I thought it was.
Yeah.
The spirits world is dynamic. At rum and tequila and gin, they all have a place in the summer.
Perfect time to do this.
Before you have your margarita and your gin and tonic, take a time to actually taste the raw spirit, and taste what you're basing your drinks on. You'll be surprised by what flavor profiles you get.
Every type of alcohol has a deep flavor. So if you're really into whiskey, there's bourbons and there's rye and there's Irish and there's Scottish and there's Japanese and there's French and German and there's all these types of different types and there's subtypes within those types. Tequila, gin, and rum are the exact same way.
Right.
So just dive a little deeper. Anders, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I'm just going to give 3 summer cocktails with each of the corresponding spirits.
Oh, nice.
Rum, let's go El Presidente.
El Presidente.
Sí, El Presidente.
What does it mean? El Presidente.
Oh, it's really cool. So it's like rum martini with white rum, and a little bit of brandy. It's fucking divine.
Interesting.
A little orangey.
Cool.
Gin, I would recommend a Pimm's Cup, which is a great spring summer drink. It's
very refreshing.
Yeah. So think gin mojito with cucumber, and then tequila. I am a big fan of the El Diablo, which is black currant. Something a little bit more like deep and jammy than your
That'll be
typical.
a great juxtaposition for this one.
Do you have any plugs you want to do on the way out?
Oh, yeah. So keep an eye out because the local lounge is going to be getting their first barrel of Whistle Pig 10 year. You can look for that. It's going to be 119 proof.
Wow.
And you will be able to pick up bottles to go as well as get them at their locker.
Also
or
known as a
in-
panty dropper.
So you can buy bottles of panty droppers, which is going to be the name of our pick, I guess. So like mothballs was taken,
Right, so panty dropper.
we'll call it the local panty dropper. Available for $75. Yeah.
Wow.
And then there'll be a discount if you buy 3 bottles.
And
Well,
how
I
much?
think
I think we should buy 3 bottles.
I think we probably
50
will.
mil-
So me, Ed, and Shavonne would like to place our first order.
Yeah.
The
All
3
right,
of us
cool.
with the discount.
Absolutely.
I'll make a note.
Dude, it's going to move. Those bottles are going to fly out of there.
I'm really excited for it.
But we
so-
placed our orders first.
We did. We just.
All right.
So we're getting 3 or 9. That's what we have to figure out. But-
So, yeah.
All right, everybody. So thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy trying different spirits this summer in between your whiskeys. Get some rum, get some gin, and get some tequila.
Tequila.
From the Whiskey Tangent Podcast, I'm Ed.
I'm Scott.
I'm Anders.
And I'm Shavonne.
Cheers, everybody.
Later.
If you enjoyed this podcast episode, be sure to check out our next episode, which is way better than this one.
Oh, yeah.
Also, follow and like our Facebook page at facebook.com/whiskeytangent. And follow us on Twitter at Whiskey Tangent. You can follow me personally at That Whiskey Guy. And follow Scott at Giant Cup of Awesome, spelled AWSUM, just to be annoying.
Hey!
You can email us any questions, comments, or love at whiskeytangent@gmail.com. And of course, you can find us always at our podcast website, whiskeytangent.podbean.com.